senior. Bo Stevens at 23 is a junior. Bryson McClintock, he's number 22. He's a junior as well. Hunter Barnard, number 5, is a junior. Cole Bennett, a sophomore, wears number 10. Brody Perkins, number 4, wears number 12, is a senior. Benaiah Andrews is 15, and he's a junior. Sam Murphy wears 24. He's a junior. Corey Burton, is a freshman wearing number 11. Braden Barnard, wearing number 12, is a freshman. Aiden Spencer is a freshman wearing number 20. Landon Lancaster wears number 1. He's a freshman. Tristan Belford wears number 2. Jaheim Froh, wearing number 7, is a freshman. Junior Malachi Roselle wears number 8. And sophomore Cole Belford wears number 9. We will take one final break. First pitch is right around the corner as that concludes Between the Baselines, brought to you by Ron Lynch, financial advisor to Edward Jones Investments in Maysville.
McCarty Associates is an architecture, engineering, and surveying firm serving Southern Ohio for more than 60 years. McCarty Associates is a broad-based consulting firm providing services to governmental agencies, public bodies, corporate and business entities, and the general public. They also offer construction management for clients that require a higher level of assistance. If there's a construction project in your future, McCarty Associates can take your vision and help make it reality. Visit McCartyAssociates.com for a complete list of their services.
May is Military Appreciation Month. Chevrolet and Jerry Higg Motors salutes all active duty members and veterans. Purchase a new 25 Chevrolet and receive $750 on top of all other offers. Purchase a select 25 Silverado, 0.9% APR for 60 months for well-qualified buyers. Average finance savings is $6,681 plus $3,500 total cash allowance when you trade an eligible vehicle. Offer good through June 2nd. Stop in at Jerry Higg Motors in Hillsborough today.
As Fairfield will send Zane Matthews to the plate. That pitch is up and inside, and it hits him. And Fairfield that quickly will have their first base runner with a hit by a pitch. Zane Matthews leads things off playing shortstop. The center fielder, Corey Zimmerman, will bat second. First baseman, Corbin Willie, bats third. Batting fourth, that's Blaine Fauber, the catcher. Miller, the pitcher, will bat fifth. Batting sixth, Zach Azarak, the right fielder. The second baseman, Anderson Humphreys, bats seventh. Batting eighth, Otis Cockrell, and plays playing third base. The left fielder, that's Caleb Rice. He will bat ninth. So it'll be Matthews, Zimmerman, Willie, Fauber, Miller, Azarak, and Azarak, as well as Humphreys, Cockrell, and Rice. It's a ground ball down the first baseline. They'll get the batter, but on the play, Matthews moves over. So with one down, Fairfield will have a runner in scoring position. Little sack bunt for the first out. That'll bring Corbin Willie to the plate. Corbin, the first, left-handed, facing off against this right-handed pitcher, Benaiah Andrews. I'll finish that lineup in just a moment for you as Willie stands in. As I said, a left-handed batter. Beautiful facility up here at Logan High School is where we are. First pitch is in, ball one. Umpires in the game, David Karshner, Justin Davis, and Chris Meenick. As the pitch, swing and a miss, he chased one down for strike one. Evens count at 1-1. Once again, gorgeous facility here at Logan High School. Logan High School is, I guess the best way to describe it, it's about 25-30 minutes from Athens, going over toward Columbus a bit, toward Columbus and Chillicothe. They throw back to second, and the runner is back safely. If you're just joining us, this game we're in the first inning here. No score in our ball game. And we want to thank First State Bank for making this broadcast possible. Learn more about First State Bank at your local branch in Southern Ohio or Northern Kentucky. And it's a line shot into center field for a base hit. The runner at second had to hold, so he'll be held at third. So now Fairfield has runners at first and third off a base hit by Corbin Willie. That'll bring Blaine Fauber, the catcher, to the plate. Now Blaine, a .345 batter. He bats right-handed against this right-handed pitching Benaiah Edwards. He stands in. Full turf field here. As I said, Logan High School, one of the bigger high schools in the Southeast District. As the pitch now misses high and out, ball one. 1 ball, no strikes. We come up here often for basketball. I will admit the first time I've been here for baseball. We'll be here tonight, and we'll be back here again tomorrow night as well. But again, a beautiful turf field and pitch high and inside. And they started to throw down to second. Faber actually had to duck out of the way. But on the play, Willie moves over to second, uncontested. As we often talk about in high school baseball, they don't often play down to second base with a runner on third. If it gets away, you're automatic score. And the count now goes 3 balls and no strikes on Cameron Miller. Not a big crowd here. Tough time to come and watch a baseball game, 2 o'clock on a Thursday afternoon. And that's called strike 1. 3 balls and a strike. Out there for South Webster, as I said, Benai Andrews is on the mound and pitch now, and it's a hard hit ball, fly ball to center field. The center fielder started to come in, had to back up a step. Instead, he'll make the play. The runner at third will tag and score, and Fairfield strikes first. Fairfield takes a 1-0 lead here on the back of a sacrifice fly to center field off a blend by Blaine Faber. That'll bring Cameron Miller to the plate.
Cameron Miller.
Faber, one of the seniors on this ball club, a right-handed batter. Comes to play with a .227 batting average, pitch high and out, ball 1. 2 down now, runner on second base. Fairfield ahead, 1-0. Top of the first inning from here at Logan High School. I'm Don Bowles, and it's a pleasure being here with you. We enjoy our high school sports. Ball 2. With me today, our executive producer, Mr. Brandon Rigdon on Good Guys Radio TV. Skylar tonight, also our assistant producer, and the pitch is down. Ball 3. 3-0, as again, Andrews is pitching behind in the count. He's yet to walk anyone, but he continues to throw as he steps off the rubber. Our studio producer, Sarah Rigdon, doing a great job. That pitch is high and he walks it. So now we'll have runners at first and second with 2 down for Zach Azarak, the right fielder, to come to
The
plate.
right fielder, number 29.
Zach, a 200 batter with a 403 with a 403 on base percentage. It's Fairfield Ball Club, not a real powerful ball club, but they do a great job on reaching. They work the count deep. They use the walk, and that pitch is called strike 1. No balls and a strike. On deck is Anderson Humphreys, the second baseman for Fairfield. First State Bank, your local branch in Southern Ohio, Northern Kentucky, or you can get to them at FSB, the number 4me.com. That pitch is in. And I'll go, I believe that was a ball, 1 ball, 1 strike. As right-handed batter, and a pitch misses outside. Azarak has batted 50 times with 11 runs, 10 hits. One of those a double, be a great spot for an extra base hit here, and he fouls that one out of play down the right field line for strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes now, the count. Runners on first and second. First run of the ball game in now. Fairfield batting here. South Webster Jeeps is and that's a pop fly, shallow right field. The second baseman backs up, and he'll make the play, 3 down. But Fairfield scores 1 as they strand 2. They lead 1-0. We're back. We'll move to the bottom of the first after this, here on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
It only takes one missing tooth to ruin your smile, and multiple missing teeth can make things like eating difficult. Dr. Pamela Potty and the team at West Union Family Dental can renew your smile with dental implants. These permanent replacement teeth are more stable, plus they look, feel, and act more like your natural teeth. Learn more about dental implants at West Union Family Dental. New patients are welcome, and most major insurance accepted. Call 937-544-3239 or visit westunionfamilydental.com.
Is your teen ready to hit the road? The Driving Authority is Southern Ohio's trusted choice for driver's education, serving Highland, Brown, Adams, Clinton, Fayette, Ross, and Pike counties. Opened in 2023, the Driving Authority is a local small business offering flexible scheduling to meet all mandatory driving requirements for new drivers. Visit thedrivingauthority.com to get started today. The Driving Authority, where confidence meets the road. The Fairfield Athletic Boosters are proud to sponsor this coverage of the Fairfield Lions. The Athletic Boosters work hard behind the scenes to encourage their teams to do their best. The Lions understand this and are dedicated to doing just that. Congratulations! Your hard work and drive showed through. Whether basketball, volleyball, baseball, or any other sport, the Fairfield Athletic Boosters say, good luck, Lions and Lady Lions.
I wanted to prove to myself that I could go to college and get my degree.
What if I went to Southern State? What if I'm able to go and become that nurse or that lawyer or that teacher? Southern State Community College allows students to rise above the circumstances that they're surrounded by and become something more than they ever dreamed possible.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at that batting order for the South Webster Jeeps. Benai Andrews pitches and bats first. Jacob McGraw will bat second and play left field. Hunter Barnard will play shortstop and bat third. Batting fourth, Bryson McClintock, the second baseman. The third baseman, Cole Bennett, bats fifth. Bo Stevens will play right field and bat sixth. Tristan Belford will be the DH and bat seventh. Brody Perkins will play second base. Sam Murphy, the catcher, will bat eighth. And Dylan Schubert will play center field and bat ninth. A little bunt down in front of the plate by Andrews. Quick throw over to first, and the runner is out. Nice play off the mound there by Fairfield. Once again, it'll be Andrews, McGraw, Barnard, McClintock, Bennett, Stevens, Belford, Murphy, and Schubert. One down now on the mound for Fairfield. It's Cameron Miller, the sophomore. That'll bring Jacob McGraw, the left fielder, to the plate. Miller's on the mound. Blaine Faber is catching. Corbin Willie's at first. Anderson Humphreys is at second. Otis Cockrell at third. As the pitch called strike one on the outside. Zane Matthews is the shortstop. In left field, Caleb Rice. Center field, Corey Zimmerman. And in right field, Zach Azarak. The pitch again, and it's a ground ball to the shortstop. Matthews will play it. He'll throw it to first. 2 down. That'll bring Hunter Barnard, the shortstop, to the plate. It's time now for that Higgins scoreboard update, brought to you by Higgins Steel Roofing, providing professional materials to their professional customers. What's the score? Well, Fairfield is leading 1-0 here in the bottom of the first. And that pitch is in, called strike one, to left-hand batting Hunter Barnard. We want to recognize Barber Napa Auto Parts in Peebles and Hillsboro. Stop by Barber to keep your vehicle running in tip-top shape this summer. Here's supporting high school sports on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV. Finally the pitch, and it's inside for a ball. 1-1. We also want to recognize Baxla Tractor Sales in Seaman. It's a ground ball to the third baseman. Cockrell will play it, throws it to first, and the runner's safe. Throw a little too long, not quite quick enough to the first base bag. Good cover by Willie, but that'll put a runner on first base with a little infield single. It was not an error, it's just a little too deep in the hole. Bryson McClintock, the second baseman, will come to the plate. He's a right-handed batter. Bryson, a junior. Miller takes a look at the runner at first. The South Webster Ball Club, and they throw down to second base. The runner is in. Save with a stolen base. That'll put a runner at second base now. The South Webster Ball Club, a very, very well-coached, good fundamental baseball team. The count 1 ball and no strikes on McClintock. Cole Bennett on deck for South Webster. The pitch again, and it misses outside. Good cover there by Fauber. 2-0. As again, Cameron Miller on the mound with the ball and the pitch.
I have you, Don.
And
I'm sorry. I thought you sent it back to me.
okay, well, I need it back.
You were quiet for way too long.
I need it.
Your plan is ready. It's time to build. At CMT Components, we design and manufacture quality building materials for your custom job. If you need metal panels and trim, trusses, or even a complete pole barn package, we do it all, including delivering right to your job site. To get started, call us at 937-446-3400. You can also check us out online or stop by our office in Sardinia, Ohio to discuss your plans today. Let's get building.
But nonetheless, the score now tied at 1-1 in South Webster with the go-ahead run as a little pop fly outside first base. Willie will take it in. We're tied 1-1 as that's the third out. We'll be back. Top of the second, tie ball game right after this here on Good Guys Radio TV presented by CMT and C103.
Creating a memorial to honor a lost loved one is a time-honored tradition. Whether it's a graveside monument, a cremation monument, or a pet memorial, the craftsmen at Peebles Monument Company will walk you through every step of the process, from concept to completion. Visit Peebles Monument Company, located on North Main Street in Peebles, and online at peeblesmonument.com. Choose Peebles Monument Company because sharing the life story of a loved one with those who matter most isn't just important today, it's important forever.
Craving something new? Snappy is serving up 4 brand new specialty calzones. Try the Meat Deluxe, packed with sausage, pepperoni, and bacon, or the Deluxe, loaded with a delicious mix of meat and veggies. Garden lovers, don't miss the Veggie Calzone. And for the ultimate combo, dive into the Chicken Bacon Ranch. Order now on the app or visit snappytomato.com. Snappy, where cravings meet their match.
Don't let a blown tire slow you down this season. Trust Magulac Tire Service in Hillsboro to keep you on the roll and in the field. At Magulac, they offer on-the-farm ag and tire service, saving you downtime and saving you money. Call Magulac Tire Service for all your tire needs at 937-364-2592 or stop in on Route 50 in Hillsboro. At Magulac Tire Service, their emphasis is on great service. That's more than just a slogan. That's the Magulac commitment every single day.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Just in time for first pitch hitting. Zach Azarek line drive to the second baseman and already one down. They are really moving things along here. Trying to, and check that was not Azarek, that was Anderson Humphreys as Otis Cockrell comes to the plate now. And that pitch is in, ball one. Cockrell, the third baseman, a 196 batter with a 255 on base percentage, stands in, swing and a miss, chase a high inside fastball looked like. The count goes now 1 ball, 1 strike. On deck, Caleb Rice, the left fielder for the Fairfield Lions. And that pitch is called strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Benai Andrews on the mound for South Webster. And foul ball off the right side. Behind the plate, Sam Murphy. First base is Brody Perkins. Second base, Bryson McClintock. Third base, Cole Bennett. Shortstop's Hunter Barnard. Andrews now taking his time. Winding the pitch again. And it misses out. 2 balls and 2 strikes now on Cockrell. In the outfield, left to right, Jacob McGraw, Dylan Schubert, and Bo Stevens. As Andrews swing and a miss, a little underwater swing, chases one outside, 2 down with the first strikeout issued by either pitcher here in the ball game. That'll bring Caleb Rice, the left fielder, to the plate for the Fairfield Lions. Rice, a 176 batter with a 300 on base percentage. He's a right-handed batter, only a sophomore. Fairfield will graduate several seniors, but they've got a lot of things coming. This again's good as a swing and a miss. Strike one. No balls and a strike. Nobody on, and a tie ball game. Pitches high and out, ball one. 1-1. Get rolling before each game with the Maggiellac Tire Service starting lineups. Remember, Maggiellac Tire Service for all your tire needs on the road and on the farm. Once again, Rice stands in. The count 1-2 strikes. And the pitch is called strike three. 2 strikeouts and a line drive. 3 up, 3 down. We'll move now to the bottom of the second. Tie ball game, South Webster bats. After this, here on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
Trying to find a durable new look for your retail office, house, garage, or new barn dominium? Higgins Steel Roofing and Siding has added 2 new profiles within the past year that would make great options. A heavier 26-gauge metal board and batten with several colors to choose from adds a fresh new look to any project regardless of size. Or come in and check out our new options for standing seam. If it's steel roofing and siding, it comes from Higgins. Located in Hillsboro and Jackson, Higgins Steel Roofing and Siding, family owned and operated since 1958.
What we believe matters because it shapes who we are. At First State Bank, we believe in rural communities. We have since our start in 1884. We're proud of where we come from. And while others have come and gone, we've remained, because standing by the folks you believe in is what a real local bank does. First State Bank, built on belief.
With all the financial headlines, are you wondering if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. Your Edward Jones financial advisor, Ron Lynch, can help. If you have more questions than answers about what's next, we can work together to help ensure you're prepared for your journey. After all, retirement isn't the end of the trek, it's a new beginning. Stop by our office at 481 Tucker Drive in Maysville. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
First pitch is into Bo Stevens, and it's called strike one. Bo Stevens, Tristan Belford, the DH, and Sam Murphy in that order for the South Webster Jeeps. The Jeeps here in their white uniforms, black pinstripes, and that pitch is down for ball one. Red numerals trimmed in black. Fairfield on the other side there in their red uniforms, white pinstripes with red numerals trimmed in white, and their jersey predominantly black. And that pitch is called ball two. 2-1. Once again, let's set that defense for Fairfield. I was pretty quick on it the last time. Cameron Miller on the mound as the pitch misses, ball three. Blaine Fauber's catching, Corbin Willie at first, Anderson Humphreys as its second. Otis Cockrell is the third baseman, Zane Matthews is at shortstop. As the pitch again, and called ball four. And the first walk given up now by Miller puts the first base runner of the inning at first. It'll put Tristan Belford, the DH, at the plate. Roberts Paving in Hillsboro. Roberts Paving, your premier paving contractor of Southern Ohio. Needing any paving work done, they are the people to call. Roberts Paving, the premier paving contractor in Hillsboro. As Miller looks at first base, the runner's back. The batter steps off, and now Miller will finally put his foot on the rubber. Kind of a conservative lead for South Webster for Stevens over there at first. They throw over to first, he's back. South Webster is known to run. They like to play small ball. It's a team that's had a lot of success over the years. Fairfield on the other side of the field, same thing. A team that's enjoyed a lot of success as a pitch is in for a ball. Gets away from Fauber, and the runner advances, and that'll be a runner at second base now. 1 ball and no strikes on Tristan Belford. And a pitch again, and it's a ground ball to the shortstop. Matthews will play it. The only play he has is at first. The runner will advance to third, and now that'll be one down. And now Stevens on third. That'll bring Sam Murphy to the plate. Sam, the catcher. Right-handed batter stands in. Sam, the number 8 batter in the lineup. Go ahead, run 90 feet away, and again they show bunt, but that's a foul tip. No balls and a strike. As you said, they like to play small ball. They will get on base any way they can. They will keep you on your toes defensively. Higgins scoreboard update once again, brought to you by Higgins Steel Roofing in Hillsborough and Jackson. The score, it's tied at 1-1 here in the bottom of the second. As this time he's looked like he was going to swing away. He takes one ball, so it's 1 ball, 1 strike now. Dylan Schubert, the center fielder, on deck. Don't forget, we have another game yet this afternoon as it's a ground ball foul outside the third baseline. And we'll go 1-2. Ken Smith will be at South Point High School, where it will be Manchester playing Huntington. Now, you can listen to that on 99.5 The Edge, or go to our Facebook page or our YouTube channel, and you can watch that on Good Guys Radio TV. This game, as you know, is on C103, and, of course, it's on Good Guys Radio TV as well. Again, on our Facebook page, our YouTube channel, or goodguysradiotv.com. And not to confuse things, we have a third game yet this afternoon. We'll be at Ohio University. It'll be Lynchburg taking on Portsmouth. And again, once that will be on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV. So check it out. We have all kinds of high school baseball to present to you today. The count now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Miller looks at the runner, taking his time in the pitch. Swing and a foul off the side. Count remains 2-2. Cloudy here, but we hope the rain holds off. I know it was supposed to be no rain today, but we'll let you know. To get here from our office, we come up 32 toward Athens, and we head north at Wellston. And in Wellston, it was pouring buckets of rain. I mean, it was raining hard. So that no rain today thing was not accurate. How's that a surprise for you? Are we going to have a day without rain? At any time, it's fouled. Out of play down the first base side. The count remains 2-2. Miller again looking. The batter steps out, and he's back in. He pushes that left foot toward first base, and high and in. The count goes 3-2. That's actually the first full count that Miller has been taken to so far in the ball game. And again, Miller, the pitch. And that's a walk. He walks in, the ball gets away from Faber, and the run scores. Not a good look for the defense for Fairfield, as he walks the runner, but on the walk, on the ball, it gets away from Faber. Miller covered, but of course the runner was already coming. So now South Webster takes a 2-0 lead. And now we're going to have a conversation on the mound. Kyle Zimmerman is out to talk to his pitcher and his defense. We'll be right back after this on Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components and C103.
Our business is helping you grow. We're Baxter Tractor. We take care of you like family.
We've been growing since 1946. As your Kubota dealer, our focus is to help you grow today and into the future. Stop by one of our locations today, visit with our folks, and see our entire lineup of Kubota products.
Our business is helping you grow. Baxter Tractor.
Back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure it was just a discussion about, hey guys, let's just settle down. It's only a one-run ball game. We're only in the second inning. But you don't want to let it get away from you, as South Webster now has Murphy at first, and a little bunt down in front of the plate, and there'll be no play as Faber could not wrangle the ball, and everybody is safe. So on the play, Murphy moves over to second. Schubert safe with a bunt single at first. And as I said, this team likes to play small ball. They keep the pressure on. They're continuously making you play baseball. They don't have to have a home run. They just keep the ball in play. Miller on the mound, the pitch. They show bunt again, and it gets away from the catcher. And again, the runners will advance. So now you have Murphy at third. You have Schubert at second. 1 ball and no strikes on the leadoff batter, Benaiah Andrews. Now Miller comes to the game. He's pitched 6 games, 6 appearances with 25 to third innings. His record is 3-1. He struck out 33 times with a 2.17 whip. That pitch is high for a ball. And with a 5.526 earned run average. As again the pitch, and it's foul outside. Oh, they called it safe. Fair, as at least 1 run will score. The second run will come around third and scores as well. And safe at first with a 2 RBI single is Benaiah Andrews. Just right down over the first base bag, safe or fair into right field.
13, Jacob McGraw.
That'll bring the number 2 batter in the order to the plate, Jacob McGraw. And the score now becomes 4-1. And I'm sure that's exactly what Coach Kyle Zimmerman was talking to everybody about at that meeting in the mound. This is what you don't want to have happen. They need to stop the bleeding now. They have 1 down in the inning, a runner at first base, 3 runs already in. He shows bunt. They throw down to second base. The runner's in safe. And again, they just keep the pressure on. 4-1 the score. 1 down. No balls and a strike on Jacob McGraw. Now McGraw hit a ground ball to the shortstop in the first inning for the second out of the inning. And now it's a fly ball to center field. Corey Zimmerman will watch it go over his head. It will go almost to the base of the fence as rounding third and coming in to score the 4th run of the inning is Benaiah Andrews. And now South Webster takes a 5-1 lead. McGraw will be credited with an RBI and a double. As he'll take his place at second base. So as I said, that's the 4th run to score here in the inning, and South Webster takes a 5-1 lead. That'll bring Hunter Barnard to the plate. Hunter had an infield single, stole a base, and scored the first run for South Webster back in the first inning, and that pitch is in for strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. On deck, Bryson McClintock, the second baseman for the Jeeps. And that pitch gets away from the catcher. No, they're going to say it hit him. And he'll take his base. And on the play, the runner at second will advance to third. So now you've got the 5th run of the inning. No, they're going to say it goes back to second. Yes. That makes sense. Barnhart will be at first. McGraw will be at second. Bryson McClintock comes to the plate now. Still only 1 down. McClintock in the last inning had a triple. Triple for an RBI. He drove in the first run in the ball game for South Webster back in the first inning. Right-hand batter takes ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch now, and it's down for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Faber comes up throwing, but everybody was holding that time. As I said, everybody just, South Webster just pressures. They are the number 1 seed in the tournament. As now the pitch, and the pitch is high. Ball 3. 3-0. Again, we'll be back on the air yet this afternoon. I believe the time is 6:30. I should know that before I said anything. Make sure to grab the schedule here. As the pitch is in, and Fauber stops it, but it's a walk, and that'll load the bases. McGraw will be at third. Barnard at second. McClintock will be at first on the walk. And that'll bring the ninth batter of the inning to the plate, Cole Bennett. Now, Cole hit a fly ball to the first baseman in the first inning for the third out. An infield out would be a really welcome addition right now. A game at 6:30 is from South Point High School. It will be Manchester versus number 4 Huntington. The number 4 seed versus Manchester, the number 5 seed. That ought to be a great ball game. Ken Smith will be there. He and Caleb Rayburn, I believe, will be there with him, as well as our executive producer director on that game, Matt Hildebrand. And the pitch is down. Fauber stops it for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. And then you will join us again, we certainly hope. Game time at 7. We were told it had been moved to 8. We now are telling you it's 7 is our understanding, 7 p.m. They're moving everything around because of weather and all kinds of things. That's fouled off for 1 ball, 1 strike now. But that'll be from Ohio University in Athens. It'll be Lynchburg Clay taking on Portsmouth. That game will be at 7 p.m., and we'll bring you that here on C103. And as it's a ground ball to the third baseman, he'll make the play at home, and they'll only get 1. Nice turn on Fauber's part, but it was just a little late. He could not double up the hitter, so that'll be the second out of the inning.
The right fielder, number 23, Bo
Just what the
Stevens.
doctor ordered there. Now as the 10th batter will come to the plate, South Webster is now batted around. Bo Stevens got all this started earlier as he walked, stole a base, and scored the first run of this inning. And the first pitch is in, ball 1. As again the pitch, and it's called strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And that's just the kind of play that, Miller needs to get a little more confidence back. They're not out of this ball game. They're only down 5-1 in high school baseball. 4 runs is not an insurmountable margin. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Southern Hills Community Bank, with locations throughout the Shack, wants to wish our student athletes the best of luck. Southern Hills Community Bank, proud sponsors of this coverage. Miller, a right-handed pitcher, and Stevens wanted to swing at it. He waited, though, and took ball 2. Count even at 2-2 now. On deck, the DH, Tristan Bedford for the Jeeps. Pitch again, that misses outside as well, and the count goes full at 3-2. 2 down, bases are loaded. As again, 4 runs are already in here in the inning. And swing and a miss, and he strikes him out. What a timely strikeout that is. They leave the bases loaded, but they score 4. South Webster leads 5-1. We're back after this on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
Our business is helping you grow. We're Baxter Tractor. We take care of you like family.
We've been growing since 1946. As your Kubota dealer, our focus is to help you grow today and into the future. Stop by one of our locations today, visit with our folks, and see our entire lineup of Kubota products.
Our business is helping you grow. Baxter Tractor.
C103, 99.5 The Edge, and Good Guys Radio TV are your source for everything local. From Shack basketball
Shot by Osborne, 3 on the buzzer!
to Shack baseball,
Wells is going to drive. He makes it. He's safe.
Western Brown football,
Throws it towards the end zone, and it's complete.
to Shack volleyball,
Hatton for the kill, it's good.
local fairs, festivals, and more.
Ire to the finish line.
Crosses the line to get the victory.
Never miss a moment with C103, 99.5 The Edge, and Good Guys Radio TV. McCarty Associates is an architecture, engineering, and surveying firm serving Southern Ohio for more than 60 years. McCarty Associates is a broad-based consulting firm providing services to governmental agencies, public bodies, corporate and business entities, and the general public. They also offer construction management for clients that require a higher level of assistance. If there's a construction project in your future, McCarty Associates can take your vision and help make it reality. Visit McCartyAssociates.com for a complete list of their services.
Start things off with a hit batter immediately off the get-go, and Zane Matthews will take his place at first base. And that'll be Corey Zimmerman coming to the plate. Zimmerman, Willie, and Faber, and we hope bunches more. Corey Zimmerman hit a sacrifice bunt back in the first inning to move the runner over. If you just joined us, score 5-1. That's the Higgins Steel Roofing scoreboard update. Fairfield trailing as that's a foul ball back off the fence. Strike one. Zimmerman, a .288 batter with a .427 on base percentage. Now, he's had a total of 14 RBIs on the season so far, 4 doubles, 1 triple, and 1 home run. Again, a right-handed batter. Pretty upright stance, puts that left foot in, and the runner goes. They'll throw down to second base, and the runner is safe. Good job on the part of Zane Matthews. He slid under what was a pretty good throw and a pretty good tag. But he's safe at second now. One ball, one strike now on Zimmerman. Zimmerman the batter, and swing and a miss. He chased one up and in. Strike two. 1-2. Chuck Wade Tire Services, proud to support Shack athletes. Visit your ultimate destination for tires, wheels, and more in Morristown. Or at chuckwadetire.com. Zimmerman takes strike 3. That's the first out of the inning. That'll bring Corbin Willie, the first baseman, to the plate. Now, Corbin has the only base hit, the only base hit so far given up by Andrews. And that pitch called strike one down on the bottom end outside corner of the plate. And again, the pitch, swing, and he chased a pitch even further out than that one. And now Willie is behind the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Higgins scoreboard update brought to you by Higgins Steel Roofing. The score 5-1. South Webster leading. And don't forget, we'll get inside the game with the Adams County Regional Medical Center Coaches Comment Show presented by ACRMC Family Medicine. That'll take place following our ball game. We'll talk to Coach Kyle Zimmerman. And it's a ground ball past the pitcher to the second baseman. McClintock will play it quickly to first, 2 down. But on the play, Matthews moves over to third. And that'll bring Blaine Faber, the catcher, to the plate. Faber, a .345 batting average. He's the number 4 batter in the lineup with a .473 on base percentage. He's had 3 doubles, 18 RBIs. Right-handed batter, and the pitch is high, ball 1. In the first inning, he had a sacrifice fly to center field that moved the runner over and positioned him to score. As again, the pitch, and that misses way outside. In the first inning, Andrews had a little bit of trouble with control. He has not exhibited that here in the second inning. We often talk about this in baseball. If you're going to get to a pitcher, you like to get to him early. And that was probably a perfect example for Andrews. He's in a rhythm now, pitching ahead in the ball game. It's a ground ball to the shortstop. Barnard will play it. He'll throw it to first. 3 down. They strand one on the back of a hit batter. We'll move now to the bottom of the third. South Webster bats leading 5-1. We're back after this on Good Guys Radio TV presented by CMT Components and C103.
May is Military Appreciation Month. Chevrolet and Jerry Higg Motors salutes all active duty members and veterans. Purchase a new 25 Chevrolet and receive $750 on top of all other offers. Purchase a select 25 Silverado, 0.9% APR for 60 months for well-qualified buyers. Average finance savings is $6,681 plus $3,500 total cash allowance when you trade an eligible vehicle. Offer good through June 2nd. Stop in at Jerry Haig Motors in Hillsborough today.
It only takes one missing tooth to ruin your smile, and multiple missing teeth can make things like eating difficult. Dr. Pamela Potty and the team at West Union Family Dental can renew your smile with dental implants. These permanent replacement teeth are more stable, plus they look, feel, and act more like your natural teeth. Learn more about dental implants at West Union Family Dental. New patients are welcome, and most major insurance accepted. Call 937-544-3239 or visit westunionfamilydental.com.
Is your teen ready to hit the road? The Driving Authority is Southern Ohio's trusted choice for driver's education, serving Highland, Brown, Adams, Clinton, Fayette, Ross, and Pike counties. Opened in 2023, the Driving Authority is a local small business offering flexible scheduling to meet all mandatory driving requirements for new drivers. Visit thedrivingauthority.com to get started today. The Driving Authority, where confidence meets the road.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This ball game is flying by. We now move to the bottom of the third. South Webster will bat leading in the ball game 5-1. Benai Andrews is the pitcher on the mound. Sam Murphy behind the plate. Brody Perkins at first. Bryson McClintock at second. Cole Bennett at third. It's a wind in the pitch. And check that. I just gave you the defense for South Webster. We'll do this again. Cameron Miller on the plate, on the mound. Blaine Faber behind the plate. And that pitch is in. Ball two. It'll be on Tristan Bedford, the designated hitter. The pitch again, and called strike one. Cameron Miller on the plate, on the mound. Blaine Faber behind the plate. Corbin Willie at first. Anderson Humphreys at second. Otis Cockrell, the third baseman. Zane Matthews, the shortstop. Caleb Rice is in left. Corey Zimmerman in center, and Zach Azarak is in right. 3 balls and 1 strike the count, and that one's in for a ball, and he walks him to start the third inning here. Now in that last inning, Fairfield gave up 4 runs on 3 hits, 3 walks, and a hit batter. Unfortunately, they stranded 3, and we're going to have a conversation on the mound. I don't know if we're going to have a pitching change. We'll take a break. We'll be back after this on Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components and C103.
The Fairfield Athletic Boosters are proud to sponsor this coverage of the Fairfield Lions. The Athletic Boosters work hard behind the scenes to encourage their teams to do their best. The Lions understand this and are dedicated to doing just that. Congratulations! Your hard work and drive showed through. Whether basketball, volleyball, baseball, or any other sport, the Fairfield Athletic Boosters say, good luck, Lions and Lady Lions.
I wanted to prove to myself that I could go to college and get my degree.
What if I went to Southern State? What if I'm able to go and become that nurse or that lawyer or that teacher? Southern State Community College allows students to rise above the circumstances that they're surrounded by and become something more than they ever dreamed possible.
Your plan is ready. It's time to build. At CMT Components, we design and manufacture quality building materials for your custom job. If you need metal panels and trim, trusses, or even a complete pole barn package, we do it all, including delivering right to your job site. To get started, call us at 937-446-3400. You can also check us out online or stop by our office in Sardinia, Ohio to discuss your plans today. Let's get building.
Creating a memorial to honor a lost loved one is a time-honored tradition. Whether it's a graveside monument, a cremation monument, or a pet memorial, the craftsmen at Peebles Monument Company will walk you through every step of the process, from concept to completion. Visit Peebles Monument Company, located on North Main Street in Peebles, and online at peeblesmonument.com. Choose Peebles Monument Company because sharing the life story of a loved one with those who matter most isn't just important today, it's important forever.
Craving something new? Snappy is serving up 4 brand new specialty calzones. Try the Meat Deluxe, packed with sausage, pepperoni, and bacon. Or the Deluxe, loaded with a delicious mix of meat and veggies. Garden lovers, don't miss the Veggie Calzone. And for the ultimate combo, dive into the Chicken Bacon Ranch. Order now on the app or visit snappytomato.com. Snappy, where cravings meet their match.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We've had a pitching change. Corbin Willie will now go to the mound for Fairfield. And the first thing he does is throw to first base. It's Sam Murphy and Dylan Schubert in that order for South Webster. As Belford, the DH at first. Corbin Willie on the mound. Blaine Farber remains at catcher. Otis Cockrell moves to first. Anderson Humphrey at second. Cameron Miller moves to third as they throw down to second base, and they'll get the run. No, he said he slid under the tag. Good throw by Farber. Matthews was unable to get the tag down, so now South Webster will have a runner at second base. Cameron Miller's at third. Zane Matthews is at shortstop. The outfield remains as it was. Caleb Rice in left, Corey Zimmerman in center, and Zach Azrak in right. Sam Murphy shows bunt, and he drops it right in front of the plate. And they throw to first, and they'll get the runner, I believe. They do. They'll get the batter, But on the play, Belford moves over to third. So a little sacrifice bunt executed to perfection.
Number 3, Dylan Schubert.
Fairfield played it to perfection, but there's not a whole lot you can do when it's done just perfectly. Dylan Schubert comes to the plate. He had a bunt single out in front of the plate and scored a run in the second inning. The wind of the pitch, he shows bunt again. Again, a bunt out front. Another run's going to score on the play. They throw to first and 2 down. But again, South Webster plays small ball to perfection. And scoring from third is Belford. That'll make the score 6-1 now. As that run will be charged to Cameron Miller. 2 down now. At the plate, the leadoff batter, Benaiah Andrews, the pitcher. And the pitch is in for strike 1. No balls and a strike. We'll also have games tomorrow, by the way. White Oak versus Miller. That game will be here at Logan High School. We'll be here to bring you that. As again the pitch, and high and out for a ball. 1-1. Tomorrow night also it'll be Eastern versus Waterford from South Point. And for you White Oak fans, as it's a little bounder outside the third baseline, foul. The White Oak game will be on 99.5 The Edge and Good Guys Radio TV. And, of course, the Eastern Waterford game will be on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV as well. And he strikes him out. 4 up, 3 down, but they score another one. They play add-on. The score 6-1. We're back after this on Good Guys Radio TV and presented by CMT Components and C103.
Don't let a blown tire slow you down this season. Trust Magulac Tire Service in Hillsboro to keep you on the roll and in the field. At Magulac, they offer on-the-farm ag and tire service, saving you downtime and saving you money. Call Magulac Tire Service for all your tire needs at 937-364-2592 or stop in on Route 50 in Hillsboro. At Magulac Tire Service, their emphasis is on great service. That's more than just a slogan. That's the Magulac commitment every single day.
Trying to find a durable new look for your retail office, house, garage, or new barn dominium? Higgins Steel Roofing and Siding has added 2 new profiles within the past year that would make great options. A heavier 26-gauge metal board and batten with several colors to choose from adds a fresh new look to any project regardless of size. Or come in and check out our new options for standing seam. If it's steel roofing and siding, it comes from Higgins. Located in Hillsboro and Jackson, Higgins Steel Roofing and Siding, family owned and operated since 1958.
Cameron Miller, Zach Azrak, and Anderson Humphreys in that order for the Fairfield Lions, and they need to get the bats out. We'll move now to the top of the fourth inning. They trail 6-1 in the ball game. Again, not an insurmountable amount, but they need to start pecking away at it a little bit. Let's get a run here, a couple each inning. They'll be ahead in this ball game. First pitch is in, ball one. Miller, a .227 batter with a .350 on base percentage. He's had 15 hits, 2 doubles, 9 RBIs, and that's called strike one. Miller has batted 16 times with 19 runs on 15 hits. Begin your pathway to completion today at Southern State Community College at sscc.edu. Thanks to Southern State Community College for sponsoring our baseball coverage, and that pitch is in for ball two. Andrews on the mound, the starting pitcher for South Webster. 3-1 now, the count. Miller walked and was stranded back in the first inning, and that's called strike two, and the count goes full at 3-2. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And again, the pitch, swing and a miss. No, they're going to say he tipped it, as Murphy took that one off his leg. The umpire's going to give him a little bit of a break. He'll go out and have a conversation with the pitcher while the catcher gets a momentary break. The coach will come out and talk to the catcher. But again, South Webster, a very, very good fundamental baseball team. As looks like Murphy's going to get up. I guess he's just going to walk it off. But a very, very, very good fundamental baseball team. But the key to them is the way they play their offense. High pressure, small ball offense. And again, you've got to be on your toes defensively, but you have to not let them pressure you out of the game. And that's what's happened so far, as it's a ground ball foul outside the third baseline. And now we'll go full on the count. The count will remain full, at 3-2. And once again, Andrews really taking his time now, and the pitch called strike three. One down. That'll bring Zach Azarak, the right fielder, to the plate. Zach was the third out in the first inning. Fairfield gets something going here. You know, before the game, it's Between the Baselines, brought to you by Ron Lynch, financial advisor at Edward Jones Investments in Maysville. Listen in early and let Ron help you plan early for your future. Swing and a miss. Strike one. No balls and a strike. Azarak has batted 50 times with 11 runs, 10 hits, 1 double, 9 RBIs, 7 stolen bases, and a .403 on base percentage. Right-handed batter, that bat way up above his shoulder, and he swings and chases one on the inside, strike two. 0-2. And again, Andrews taking his time. Swing and a miss, same pitch, same place. Strikeout number 2 of the inning. Second out of the inning. That'll bring Anderson Humphreys to the plate. Anderson, check that.
Number 19,
yes. Humphreys, the second baseman, a .267 batter. He's batted 30 times. 4 runs, 8 hits. Right-handed batter again, and that one is down, ball one. On deck would be Otis Cockrell, the third baseman. If you're just joining us, we are in the top of the fourth inning. It's a ground ball to the first baseman. Perkins will play it. He'll take it himself. 3 up, 3 down. We move now to the bottom of the fourth. South Webster bats leading 6-1. We're back after this on Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components and C103.
What we believe matters because it shapes who we are. At First State Bank, we believe in rural communities. We have since our start in 1884. We're proud of where we come from. And while others have come and gone, we've remained, because standing by the folks you believe in is what a real local bank does. First State Bank, built on belief.
With all the financial headlines, are you wondering if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. Your Edward Jones financial advisor, Ron Lynch, can help. If you have more questions than answers about what's next, we can work together to help ensure you're prepared for your journey. After all, retirement isn't the end of the trek, it's a new beginning. Stop by our office at 481 Tucker Drive in Maysville. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
Our business is helping you grow. We're Maxler Tractor. We take care of you like family.
We've been growing since 1946. As your Kubota dealer, our focus is to help you grow today and into the future. Stop by one of our locations today, visit with our folks, and see our entire lineup of Kubota products.
Our business is helping you grow. Maxler Tractor.
C103 99.5 The Edge and Good Guys Radio TV are your source for
South Webster comes to the plate now. They'll send their number 2, 3, and 4 batters to the plate. McGraw, Barnard, and McClintock. They lead the ball game 6-1. To say the least, Fairfield needs to get a stop here. We still lots of baseball left here as we're only in the 4th inning. But again, remember, it's only 7 innings in high school baseball, so these games pass by much more quickly than the major league games. First pitch is in, ball 1. On the mound now for Fairfield is Corbin Willie in relief of Cameron Miller. It's a ground ball to the second baseman, Humphreys. He bobbles it. Quick throw to first. He'll overthrow the first baseman. The runner will round first, and it went to the dugout. It'll be an automatic second base. So already here, the first batter up on the first pitch. South Webster in business again with a runner at second base. That'll have to go down as an E4. That'll bring Hunter Barnhard to the plate. Now, Barnard hit in an infield single, stole a base, and scored the first run of this ball game. That was hit by a pitch in the second inning, but stranded when they left the bases loaded there in the second inning. But the second inning was the killer, if you're a Lions fan, as South Webster scored 4 runs on 3 hits and 3 walks. They left the bases loaded, but that's probably the safety thing. Had they not done that, it could have gotten really ugly really quick. The count now 1 ball, 1 strike. Barnhard, a left-handed batter, and the pitch high and out for a ball. Thanks to Max Sells Real Estate for sponsoring this coverage. Max Sells Real Estate, they live here, they work here, they know here. Call Max for your real estate needs. And the pitch now, swing and a miss. Strike 2 to even the count at 2-2. Miller walked 4, struck out 1, gave up 5 hits, hit 1 batter they stranded for, but he gave up 6 runs. And that pitch is down and out. Farber has now pitched 1 inning. Count goes full at 3-2 now. And again the pitch. And a swing and a miss, and he strikes him out. Second strikeout of the ball game recorded by Corbin Willie. That'll be the first out of the inning.
Second baseman, number 22,
runner on second base.
McClintock.
Bryson McClintock comes to plate now. He had a triple for an RBI in the first inning. Walked and was stranded in the second. That pitch out for a ball. Again, they continue to pressure. The runner on second base getting a big lead every time the pitch is thrown. Willie looks at him. Again the pitch. And that one's called strike 1. 1-1. Let's get another Higgins scoreboard update brought to you by Higgins Steel Roofing in Hillsborough and Jackson. The score, the score is 6-1. South Webster leading Fairfield. Willie again, the pitch, and it misses inside to take the count 2-1. A game tonight at OU, boy, that should be a good one. Portsmouth, the team that knocked Lynchburg Clay out of the tournament last year. Lynchburg Clay would love to return the favor tonight to move on in tournament play. The winner of this ball game, by the way, moves on to play 10 a.m., and that's called strike 2. 10 a.m. Saturday morning at Paint Stadium. That's where they're going to go. Likely opponent will be either Portsmouth Clay or Racine Southern. And that's a hard hit line shot to center field. One hop. Corey Zimmerman plays it on one hop, but the runner will round third and score. Safe at first with a single to center field is Bryson McClintock.
The third baseman, number 10, Cole Bennett.
So that'll give South Webster 7 runs in the ball game. They now lead 7-1. As Cole Bennett comes to the plate with a runner on first base and one down. Bennett hit a fly ball to the first baseman, just a little pop fly in the infield for the third out in the first inning. Hit a ground ball to the third baseman for the second out of the second inning. First pitch is in, ball 1. Willie & Son Trucking, get your motor running and roll on with Willie & Son Trucking, just south of Leesburg, north of Hillsboro. Sean, Willie, and all the guys, they do a wonderful job as that pitch is a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. Again, if you're looking for that Manchester game, check it out on 99.5 The Edge and our Facebook page and YouTube channel. You'll find that game. Our Lynchburg Clay game will be on C103 and GoodGuysRadioTV.com. This allows us to bring both TV broadcasts to you. 7-1 the score here, and the pitch out for ball 3. Fairfield can ill afford to give up any more runs here. If they want to stay in this ball game, again, it's different in high school baseball. They score runs a little more quickly, but nonetheless, it's still not automatic, and that's called strike 1. A good looking pitch. The bottom end of the strike zone. Certainly appreciate the hospitality here from Logan High School. Great facility. What a beautiful place this is. Called strike 2. Count goes 3-2. Keith and all the folks up here just have been wonderful to work with. Great facility, full turf field. When I say artificial turf field. And that pitch is a ball, and he walks it. Tough break for Corbin Willie. Just missed up on top end of the strike zone. That'll put runners on first and second with one down.
23, Bo Stevens.
Bo Stevens will come to the plate now. Bo is 0 for 1. He walked, stole a base, and scored a run the second. He struck out for the third out in the second inning. He batted twice in that second inning as they put 10 batters to the plate. And that first pitch is in, ball 1, as he shows bunt again. Especially the bottom end of this order. They don't hesitate whatsoever to bunt. We've got McClintock at second, Bennett at first. They throw back to second. The runner is back. Get ready to go fast this summer on C103 Dirt Racing Tour. Join the crew as we kick off our 25th season of racing action on June 13th at Moeller Raceway. Once again, he shows bunt, the pitch out. Ball 2. The family of Wallace Thompson Funeral Homes reminds you, don't tempt fate. That text can wait. Please put down the phone and drive safely. We'd like to keep you around for a while. Wallace Thompson Funeral Home. The family of Wallace Thompson Funeral Home with several locations. 3-0 now the count. Willie doesn't want to lose this one. We don't want to load the bases here. As again the pitch, and called strike 1. Stevens was taking all the way on that one. And he'd probably like to have that one back. That one was a no-doubter. As again, the pitch called strike 2. And quickly, 2 strikes in a row, runs that count full at 3-2. Again, Corbin Willie would like to get this one. The pitch again, and it's fouled back. The count will stay 3-2. Get rolling before each game with the Maggulac Tire Service starting lineups. Maggulac Tire Service for all your tire needs on the road or on the farm. Keep them in mind. The pitch now, and it's foul back again. On deck is the designated hitter, Tristan Belfort, for South Webster. It is conceivable if Fairfield can come back here, we could have 4 games at Paint Stadium as he walks him and walks the bases loaded now. So that'll mean McClintock's at third. Bennett is at second. Stevens is at first. For Tristan Belfort, the DH to come to the plate. There's only 1 down. The last time I talked about this, Fairfield needs to either get a strikeout or an infield. Something in the infield to hold these runners. They were able to do that back in the second and stop the bleeding. And it's a line shot into left field for a base hit. That'll score 2 runs. As the throw comes home, the runner will move over to third, so we'll have runners at second and third as 2 runs score. And Tristan Belfort will be credited with a single to center, single to left field, and 2 RBIs to take the score to 9-1 now. And South Webster now still with only 1 down.
For Samuel Murphy.
Scoring, by the way, was McClintock and Bennett. That's the second and third runs of the inning to score. Want to say, as it's called strike 1. Tom Pertell up to see me before the game. One of my favorite softball folks, one of my favorite folks all around. Tom, good guy. As the Fairfield Lady Lions bowed out a lot quicker than everybody had hoped, as that ball is in, up and in. 1 ball, 1 strike now the count. On deck, Dylan Schubert. But Tom has been involved in Fairfield Lions softball forever, and I mean forever. And what a wonderful thing he has done with the kids, and that pitch misses for a ball. 2-1. But he's done so much to support the game of softball and, of course, specific to Fairfield Lions. What a great degree of success they've had as they won first place in the league again this year. The pitch again, and it's a ground ball into left field for another base hit. And once again, 2 more runs will score. And no, excuse me, they'll hold the second run. So Stevens scores. They'll hold Belfort at third. And Dylan Schubert will be at, Murphy will be at first. And that puts Fairfield in major jeopardy. They don't want to give up 1 more run. We're going to have a pinch runner out there. In to run now is Jaheim Froh.
Jaheim Froh.
For South Webster.
Now adding
runners on first and second. Again, 4 runs here in already. They scored 1 in the first, 4 in the second, 1 in the third, and now 4 here in the fourth to take a 10-1 lead. Now Fairfield needs to extend this game. Remember, in high school baseball, there's a 10-run rule. And if Fairfield does not score in this next inning, if we have a 10-run deficit, the game will be over. So they want to stop this bleeding right now to extend this game to 7 innings. And that pitch is down. 1-1. Schubert, the 8th batter to bat here in the inning from South Webster Jeeps. The pitch again. And the count goes 2-1. On deck would be the leadoff batter, Benaiah Andrews, for the South Webster Jeeps. Corbin Willie, a left-handed pitcher, by the way, facing a right-handed batter. Pitch is high and out. 3-1. Again, if you're listening to us on C103, you can go to goodguysradiotv.com and you can watch this ball game. You can even go back later and watch it from our archives. And that pitch misses out and he walks him. And again, they'll load the bases. So now you'll have Belford at third, Murphy at second, Schubert at first, with one down for Benaiah Andrews to come to the plate. And we're going to have, I believe, another pitching change. We'll take a break. We're back after this on Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components and C103.
McCarty Associates is an architecture, engineering, and surveying firm serving Southern Ohio for more than 60 years. McCarty Associates is a broad-based consulting firm providing services to governmental agencies, public bodies, corporate and business entities, and the general public. They also offer construction management for clients that require a higher level of assistance. If there's a construction project in your future, McCarty Associates can take your vision and help make it reality. Visit McCartyAssociates.com for a complete list of their services.
Folks, Corbin Willie will stay on the mound. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. He's not been pitching bad. Maybe a little tentative, but this South Webster team is a very good baseball team. Benaiah Andrews will stand in now with the bases loaded. Bases loaded, one down, and that pitch is in for a ball. Now, Andrews bunted for the first out of the first inning, had a single to right field for 2 RBIs and scored a run in the second, and then went down swinging for the third out in the third inning, and he fouls that one back off the fence, strike one. This is the second time in the ball game that South Webster has batted around, and in the last inning, last time it happened, as that's called strike two. Back in the second inning, Fairfield was able to strand 3 runners. Let's see if they can do that here and keep this game moving. Willie looks at the sign from his catcher Fauber, and again settles in for the pitch. And he spins a fastball high. And we'll go even at 2-2. As again the pitch, and that's again high to run the count full again at 3-2. It's time again for that Higgins scoreboard update, brought to you by Higgins Steel Roofing, providing professional materials to their professional customers. The score, well, it's 10-1. South Webster leading Fairfield. And it's fouled back off the right side. The count remains 3-2. Want to say hello to Nancy Walker, the #1 fan for Fairfield. I know, Nancy, you'd like to see him come back, and maybe, there's still some baseball left. Maybe we can do this. Get up and cheer, dance around your chair or something. Nancy Walker, the #1 Fairfield fan. And that's a fly ball to right field. The runner at third should tag and score. And they throw into second. The throw's coming home, but the throw is late. And a runner will score. Everybody will advance. And that'll be the 5th run of the inning to score, and that will make the score 11-1. As Murphy on the play moves over to third, Schubert moves over to second.
Fielder number 13, Jacob McGraw.
Andrews gets the sacrifice fly and an RBI. But now there's 2 down, and the first pitch is in, strike one. McGraw, the 10th batter to bat here in the inning. He had a ground ball to second baseman, reached on an error and scored a run early in this inning. And that pitch is called strike two. When we go to the 5th inning, Fairfield will send Cockrell, Rice, and Matthews, and we hope a whole bunch more to the plate. As again the pitch, and it's high for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And again, the pitch. And it's a pop fly, shallow, right over the first base bag. The first baseman is there. Cockrell hauls it in for the third out of the inning, but not before they score 5 more. South Webster takes an 11-1 lead. We're back after this on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
May is Military Appreciation Month. Chevrolet and Jerry Higg Motors salutes all active duty members and veterans. Purchase a new 25 Chevrolet and receive $750 on top of all other offers. Purchase a select 25 Silverado, 0.9% APR for 60 months for well-qualified buyers. Average finance savings is $6,681 plus $3,500 total cash allowance when you trade an eligible vehicle. Offer good through June 2nd. Stop in at Jerry Higg Motors in Hillsborough today.
It only takes one missing tooth to ruin your smile, and multiple missing teeth can make things like eating difficult. Dr. Pamela Potty and the team at West Union Family Dental can renew your smile with dental implants. These permanent replacement teeth are more stable, plus they look, feel, and act more like your natural teeth. Learn more about dental implants at West Union Family Dental. New patients are welcome, and most major insurance accepted. Call 937-544-3239 or visit westunionfamilydental.com.
Is your teen ready to hit the road? The Driving Authority is Southern Ohio's trusted choice for driver's education, serving Highland, Brown, Adams, Clinton, Fayette, Ross, and Pike counties. Opened in 2023, the Driving Authority is a local small business offering flexible scheduling to meet all mandatory driving requirements for new drivers. Visit thedrivingauthority.com to get started today. The Driving Authority, where confidence meets the road. The Fairfield Athletic Boosters are proud to sponsor this coverage of the Fairfield Lions. The Athletic Boosters work hard behind the scenes to encourage their teams to do their best. The Lions understand this and are dedicated to doing just that. Congratulations! Your hard work and drive showed through. Whether basketball, volleyball, baseball, or any other sport, the Fairfield Athletic Boosters say, good luck, Lions and Lady Lions. The Fairfield Athletic Boosters are proud to sponsor this coverage of the Fairfield Lions. The Athletic Boosters work.
Left fielder, number 10, Caleb Rice.
Caleb was a strikeout victim back in the second inning. Snappy Tomato Pizza Player of the Game. We'll name that following our ball game. We'll also, as they throw down to first, the runner is back. And the count will go 1 ball and no strikes. People's Monument Company, sharing the life of a loved one isn't important today, it's important forever. Keep that in mind. The life of a loved one is important forever, and People's Monument can take care of that memory with grace. People's Monument Company in Peebles, Ohio. And bunt foul off the right side. We'll go 1-1 now. Snappy Tomato Pizza following the ball game. We'll name that. We'll also have our ACRMC Coaches Comment Show. We'll talk to Coach Kyle Zimmerman. So hopefully Fairfield gets some runs together here and come back and win this ball game. Score 11-1. They're going to have to really get it done. We're in the 5th inning. From Logan High School. We'll be back here tomorrow night with White Oak. White Oak will take on Miller tomorrow night. They throw back over to first, and again the runner's back. White Oak the number 3 seed, Miller the number 11 seed. As once again the pitch, they show bunt, and they throw down to second base, and the runner's dead. Cockrell is out for the first out of the inning. They caught him. It was just a good throw by the catcher Murphy down to the second baseman or shortstop Barnard, and that'll be the first out of the inning. And now with nobody on, Caleb Rice stands back in. The count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, and he strikes him out for the second out of the inning. That'll bring the leadoff check that, excuse me. That evens the count at 2-2. I had my count wrong. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Let's not get this done too quickly. Has the pitch again, swing and a miss, and there's the strikeout. 2 down. That'll bring the leadoff batter, Zane Matthews, to the plate. Now, Zane was hit by a pitch and scored the only run Fairfield has scored. That was back in the first inning. He was also hit by a pitch,
Matthews.
stole a base, and was stranded at third. And he jumps on the first pitch. It's a ground ball to the shortstop. Quick throw to first base. 3 up, 3 down. And that's the ball game. South Webster has knocked off Fairfield Lions. The final score 11-1. Up next, it's the ACRMC Coaches Comment Show, Snappy Tomato Pizza Player of the Game, and more. But first this, here on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
Your plan is ready. It's time to build. At CMT Components, we design and manufacture quality building materials for your custom job. If you need metal panels and trim, trusses, or even a complete pole barn package, we do it all, including delivering right to your job site. To get started, call us at 937-446-3400. You can also check us out online or stop by our office in Sardinia, Ohio to discuss your plans today. Let's get building.
Creating a memorial to honor a lost loved one is a time-honored tradition. Whether it's a graveside monument, a cremation monument, or a pet memorial, the craftsmen at Peebles Monument Company will walk you through every step of the process, from concept to completion. Visit Peebles Monument Company, located on North Main Street in Peebles, and online at peeblesmonument.com. Choose Peebles Monument Company because sharing the life story of a loved one with those who matter most isn't just important today, it's important forever.
Craving something new? Snappy is serving up 4 brand new specialty calzones. Try the Meat Deluxe, packed with sausage, pepperoni, and bacon, or the Deluxe, loaded with a delicious mix of meat and veggies. Garden lovers, don't miss the Veggie Calzone. And for the ultimate combo, dive into the Chicken Bacon Ranch. Order now on the app or visit snappytomato.com. Snappy, where cravings meet their match.
Don't let a blown tire slow you down this season. Trust Maggulac Tire Service in Hillsboro to keep you on the roll and in the field. At Maggulac, they offer on-the-farm ag and tire service, saving you downtime and saving you money. Call Maggulac Tire Service for all your tire needs at 937-364-2592 or stop in on Route 50 in Hillsboro. At Maggulac Tire Service, their emphasis is on great service. That's more than just a slogan, that's the Maggulac commitment every single day.
Trying to find a durable new look for your retail office, house, garage, or new barn dominium?
What we believe matters.
Right here from Logan High School after this, here on Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components and C103.
With all the financial headlines, are you wondering if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. Your Edward Jones financial advisor, Ron Lynch, can help. If you have more questions than answers about what's next, we can work together to help ensure you're prepared for your journey. After all, retirement isn't the end of the trek, it's a new beginning. Stop by our office at 481 Tucker Drive in Maysville. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
Our business is helping you grow. We're Baxter Tractor. We take care of you like family.
We've been growing since 1946. As your Kubota dealer, our focus is to help you grow today and into the future. Stop by one of our locations today, visit with our folks, and see our entire lineup of Kubota products.
Our business is helping you grow. Baxter Tractor.
C103, 99.5 The Edge, and Good Guys Radio TV are your source for everything local. From Shack basketball
Shot by Osborne, 3 on the buzzer!
to Shack baseball,
Wells is going to try. He makes it. He's safe.
Western Brown football,
Throws it towards the end zone, and it's complete.
to Shack volleyball,
Hatton for the kill, it's good.
local fairs, festivals, and more.
Ire to the finish line.
Crosses the line to get the victory.
Never miss a moment with C103, 99.5 The Edge, and Good Guys Radio TV. McCarty Associates is an architecture, engineering, and surveying firm serving Southern Ohio for more than 60 years. McCarty Associates is a broad-based consulting firm providing services to governmental agencies, public bodies, corporate and business entities, and the general public. They also offer construction management for clients that require a higher level of assistance. If there's a construction project in your future, McCarty Associates can take your vision and help make it reality. Visit McCartyAssociates.com for a complete list of their services.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, we begin to wrap things up here at Logan High School. We await the arrival of Coach Kyle Zimmerman for the Fairfield Lions. He'll be along in just a moment. Adams County Regional Medical Center Coaches Comment Show. We have the individual team stats. Let me take a look, and we'll do that and more. But first this, here on Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components and C103.
May is Military Appreciation Month. Chevrolet and Jerry Higg Motors salutes all active duty members and veterans. Purchase a new 25 Chevrolet and receive $750 on top of all other offers. Purchase a select 25 Silverado, 0.9% APR for 60 months for well-qualified buyers. Average finance savings is $6,681 plus $3,500 total cash allowance when you trade an eligible vehicle. Offer good through June 2nd. Stop in at Jerry Higg Motors in Hillsborough today.
It only takes one missing tooth to ruin your smile, and multiple missing teeth can make things like eating difficult. Dr. Pamela Potty and the team at West Union Family Dental can renew your smile with dental implants. These permanent replacement teeth are more stable, plus they look, feel, and act more like your natural teeth. Learn more about dental implants at West Union Family Dental. New patients are welcome, and most major insurance accepted. Call 937-544-3239 or visit westunionfamilydental.com.
Is your teen ready to hit the road? The Driving Authority is Southern Ohio's trusted choice for driver's education, serving Highland, Brown, Adams, Clinton, Fayette, Ross, and Pike counties. Opened in 2023, the Driving Authority is a local small business offering flexible scheduling to meet all mandatory driving requirements for new drivers. Visit thedrivingauthority.com to get started today. The Driving Authority, where confidence meets the road. The Fairfield Athletic Boosters are proud to sponsor this coverage of the Fairfield Lions. The Athletic Boosters work hard behind the scenes to encourage their teams to do their best. The Lions understand this and are dedicated to doing just that. Congratulations! Your hard work and drive show through. Whether basketball, volleyball, baseball, or any other sport, the Fairfield Athletic Boosters say, good luck, Lions and Lady Lions.
I wanted to prove to myself that I could go to college and get my degree.
What if I went to Southern State? What if I'm able to go and become that nurse or that lawyer or that teacher? Southern State Community College allows students to rise above the circumstances that they're surrounded by and become something more than they ever dreamed possible.
Your plan is ready. It's time to build. At CMT Components, we design and manufacture quality building materials for your custom job. If you need metal panels and trim, trusses, or even a complete pole barn package, we do it all, including delivering right to your job site. To get started, call us at 937-446-3400. You can also check us out online or stop by our office in Sardinia, Ohio to discuss your plans today. Let's get building.
South Webster and their coach and I are pretty good friends. And we had talked this week prior to this game, actually, and I was excited to kind of see each other again. One could see each other a couple times a year, and I knew they were going to be a very solid baseball team, no doubt about it. Their record, and if you look at their record, who they played all year long, it definitely speaks for itself. And they obviously proved that today.
Well, and I talked about it early in the ball game, continued to talk about it. They pressure your defense all the time. They're just going to. They don't let up at all, do they?
No, and they, the funny story after last year, after we won the districts, Ryan McClintock was big, and he was very instrumental with a lot of the other coaches from the Shack and helping us prepare for a regional run. And after we won the first game this year, I texted him and I said, hey, buddy, I said, we play South Webster next. You got anything? And he replied to me, and I quote, yeah, they cannot hit. And I told him that out there in the last inning. I said, well, I'm not going to tell you what I said to him, but I referred to the fact that I can't hit, huh? And he did say that, this is the best they've hit for a while. As you can see, they play a lot of small ball. They do everything fundamentally sound. They exploit any weaknesses that you have, and they play the game hard the way it should be. And, hats off to them. A lot of respect.
Well, and when they do reach base, they're pressuring your pitcher, get your pitcher off balance, along with your catcher, and that kind of transcends the entire ball club. And they're going. So, that's got to be in the back of your mind. And that changes the whole pace of the game, doesn't it?
Yeah, put your mindset from a standpoint where you have to try to limit the damage, what they're going to do to you when they get out there. And as of, obviously today, we just didn't do a very good job of that. Now, hats off to our guys. I mean, we did have 4 errors there that probably, in my opinion, cost us just off a rough count 5 runs. I mean, but, okay, you factor those out, it's a 6-1 ball game. It doesn't matter if it's 1 or 100, the outcome is still the same.
Right. Well, and to that point, I didn't think your ball – I mean, Miller came out. He didn't pitch a bad ball game. It's just unfortunate the way it turned out, I think.
Well, Cameron, sophomore, I debated this week who I was going to go with. And when I looked at the stats, look what he's done for us in the past. Big win against White Oak there, or late in the season. Got us a nice win against Arlington St. Joe. Corbin coming in relief in that game. Willie was a great combination for us. So we decided, and I guess ultimately it's my decision, to go with Cameron today. And Cameron, when we told him is you can't control what happens behind you.
Right.
A pitcher, that's the terrible part about being a pitcher is if you got so much to worry about and what happened behind him. Uncharacteristic errors on our center fielder. Corbin Willie had 1 error this year, has an error at first base. That's very uncharacteristic of him and Corey. So, it just wasn't our day.
Well, and from the plate, let's face it, Andrews pitched a nice ball game. He took the bat out of your hands, and you struggled a bit.
Yeah, he's not overpowering, nothing different than anything we've seen before. As a matter of fact, a tick slower than some of the recent pitching we've seen, and we've hit well. And I had a soft balance out front. We were front foot heavy, a lot of it, pulling front side. And, we can go on and on about it, but at the end of the day, he threw a very nice ball game. And, hats off to them for moving forward and wish them the best.
Let's talk about next year. Next year, you've got the nucleus. You've got a lot of seniors. We're going to talk about them, but you've got the nucleus of a nice ball club coming back, haven't you? And Fairfield's going to rebuild, aren't they?
Well, we don't have no choice, and that's what – I was at a Pony League game last night, and I'm coaching the Pony League, the 8th graders coming up for next year. And, we've got a nice nucleus coming back. We've got a lot of incoming freshmen that are going to be very instrumental in what we are next year. And, it's funny. You can talk to any coach around probably maybe a couple of days, and then we'll start thinking about rebuilding for next year, getting in the weight room, getting in the weight room, doing your off-season work, because this is a job that never ends.
Yeah, but that's why you've had the success you have at Fairfield. And again, I talked to somebody not too long ago, and they talked about a coach, and they said the coach doesn't have a winning team; they have a winning program. And there's a big difference between a winning team and a winning program. A lot of folks will have a winning team, but you guys have got a winning program. As well as the other thing I'll mention real quickly is what you and I talked about before the game. The Shack baseball is getting so much better that we're going to see you and a lot of other teams back in the same plate next year and the years after, aren't we?
Well, I'd like to think so as far as we're concerned, but definitely we take the Manchester, Lynchburg, Eastern, White Oak. You look at these guys. I'm not trying to leave anybody out here. Just names that pop in off the top of your head that are big rivals for us. They're all going to be fundamentally sound as well, and it prepares you. You have no choice but to get yourself ready.
Let's talk about your seniors. Zane Matthews, Corey Zimmerman, Corbin Willie, Blaine Faber, and Otis Cockrell. They have played a bunch of Lions baseball, haven't they?
They have. We just had our conversation in left field. I kept the seniors back and told them that this moment today should not be what defines their baseball career. They've been a last year. We had a fan. I don't want to revert to last year too much because this is a different season, but they were a part of a fantastic season last year, whether they were on the diamond or not, helped us prepare for that. We had some injuries early this year to our pitching staff that they've played through. Now, I'm not making any excuses, don't get me wrong, but these guys have had some adversity thrown at them, and not once have they faltered on me, not one tiny little bit.
Well, and they're good kids, and they're going to represent Fairfield and Leesburg and everything long going into the future, and this will be just a small part of that, but a fun part.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you look at, I'll take Otis Cockrell, for instance, didn't get much playing time last year, could have easily walked away from our program. I talked him into coming back. I didn't have to talk him into coming back, but there's no doubt that he's going to come back after we had a conversation, and instrumental part of our season this year. You go down the line, Blaine Faber. This group is the first group that I've had from freshman all the way through. You got Blaine Faber has been a workhorse from behind the plate. Corbin Willie moved in his sophomore season, and didn't start with Corbin, but man, he feels kind of like one of my own kids with what we've been through. And then Corey, of course, my son. There's probably not a kid on the entire team that has taken more from my coach than that poor kid has all season. And he's going in the military, so he's up for it. And then, Zane Matthews, last but not least, kind of our anchor, the guy that was willing to do whatever it took, as they all were. I can't say any one thing more about any of one than the other. It's just a great group of kids, and I'm proud to have been able to be a coach.
Kyle, it's been fun watching your team again this year. We'll see you again next year.
We'll be back, Don.
We'll start it over. Kyle Zimmerman with the Fairfield Lions as they come away the losers here on Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components and C103. We'll be right back with more after this.
Creating a memorial to honor a lost loved one is a time-honored tradition. Whether it's a graveside monument, a cremation monument, or a pet memorial, the craftsmen at Peebles Monument Company will walk you through every step of the process, from concept to completion. Visit Peebles Monument Company, located on North Main Street in Peebles, and online at peeblesmonument.com. Choose Peebles Monument Company because sharing the life story of a loved one with those who matter most isn't just important today, it's important forever.
Craving something new? Snappy is serving up 4 brand new specialty calzones. Try the Meat Deluxe, packed with sausage, pepperoni, and bacon, or the Deluxe, loaded with a delicious mix of meat and veggies. Garden lovers, don't miss the Veggie Calzone. And for the ultimate combo, dive into the Chicken Bacon Ranch. Order now on the app or visit snappytomato.com. Snappy, where cravings meet their match.
Don't let a blown tire slow you down this season. Trust Maggulac Tire Service in Hillsboro to keep you on the roll and in the field. At Maggulac, they offer on-the-farm ag and tire service, saving you downtime and saving you money. Call Maggulac Tire Service for all your tire needs at 937-364-2592 or stop in on Route 50 in Hillsboro. At Maggulac Tire Service, their emphasis is on great service. That's more than just a slogan, that's the Maggulac commitment every single day.
Trying to find a durable new look for your retail office, house, garage, or new barn dominium? Higgins Steel Roofing and Siding has added 2 new profiles within the past year that would make great options. A heavier 26-gauge metal board and batten with several colors to choose from adds a fresh new look to any project regardless of size. Or come in and check out our new options for standing seam. If it's steel roofing and siding, it comes from Higgins. Located in Hillsboro and Jackson, Higgins Steel Roofing and Siding. Family owned and operated since 1958.
To take a look at individual team stats, let's take a look at the Fairfield Lions to start things off. Zane Matthews was 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch twice, though. Scored the first run and only run that Fairfield scored in the first inning. Then he was hit by a pitch, stole a base, and was stranded in the third. Corey Zimmerman was 0 for 1 with a sacrifice. Had a sacrifice bunt to move the runner over at first. And then Corbin Willie was 1 for 2. Had a single to center field and was stranded in the first inning. Blaine Faber was 0 for 1 with a sacrifice. Had a sacrifice fly to center field for the second out of the first inning. Cameron Miller was 0 for 1 with a walk. He walked and was stranded in the first inning. Zach Azarak was 0 for 2. Anderson Humphreys was 0 for 2. Otis Cockrell was 0 for 2, but reached on an error, but was caught stealing in the fifth inning. And Caleb Rice was 0 for 2. As Fairfield struck out 5 times, they walked 1 time, had 1 hit, stole 1 base, had 2 hit batters, stranded 3, and scored 1 run. We'll take a quick break. We'll take a look at South Webster, but first this, here on Good Guys Radio TV, CMT, presented by CMT Components and C103.
What we believe matters because it shapes who we are. At First State Bank, we believe in rural communities. We have since our start in 1884. We're proud of where we come from. And while others have come and gone, we've remained, because standing by the folks you believe in is what a real local bank does. First State Bank, built on belief.
With all the financial headlines, are you wondering if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. Your Edward Jones financial advisor, Ron Lynch, can help. If you have more questions than answers about what's next, we can work together to help ensure you're prepared for your journey. After all, retirement isn't the end of the trek, it's a new beginning. Stop by our office at 481 Tucker Drive in Maysville. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
Our business is helping you grow. We're Baxter Tractor. We take care of you like family.
We've been growing since 1946. As your Kubota dealer, our focus is to help you grow today and into the future. Stop by one of our locations today, visit with our folks, and see our entire lineup of Kubota products.
Our business is helping you grow. Baxter Tractor.
C103, 99.5 The Edge, and Good Guys Radio TV are your source for everything local. From Shack basketball
Shot by Osborne, 3 on the buzzer!
to Shack baseball,
Wells is going to try. He makes it. He's safe.
Western Brown football,
Throws it towards the end zone, and it's complete.
to Shack volleyball,
Hatton for the kill. It's good.
local fairs, festivals, and more.
Ire to the finish line.
Crosses the line to get the victory.
Never miss a moment with C103, 99.5 The Edge, and Good Guys Radio TV.
Back, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at the individual team stats for the South Webster Jews. Benaiah Andrews, he was 1 for 2 with a sacrifice, or 1 for 3 with a sacrifice, excuse me. Had a single to right field for 2 RBIs and scored a run in the second inning. Had a sacrifice fly for an RBI in the fourth. Jacob McGraw was 1 for 3 but reached on an error. Had a double to center field for an RBI and was stranded in the second. Reached on an error in the fourth and scored a run. Hunter Barnhard was 1 for 2. Had an infield single, stole a base, and scored a run in the first. Hit by a pitch and stranded in the second. Bryson McClintock was 2 for 2 with a walk. Had a triple and an RBI in the first inning, but stranded. Had a single to center field and scored a run with an RBI in the fourth. Walked and stranded in the second. Cole Bennett was 0 for 2, but walked and scored a run in the fourth. Bo Stevens was 0 for 1, but walked, stole a base, scored a run in the second, walked and scored a run in the third. Excuse me, he was actually 1 for, And then Tristan Belford was 1 for 2 with a walk. He walked and scored a run in the third, had a single to left field for 2 RBIs and scored a run in the fourth. Sam Murphy. Sam was 1 for 1 with a walk and a sacrifice, walked, scored a run in the second, had a sacrifice bunt in the third, and then had a single to left field for an RBI and was stranded in the fourth. And then Dylan Schubert was 1 for 2 with a walk, had a bunt single and scored a run in the second, and then walked and was stranded in the fourth. And the losing pitcher in the ballgame, Cameron Miller. Cameron struck out 1, they walked 4, gave up 5 hits, had 1 hit batter. They stranded 4 and gave up 6 runs. Blaine Faber in relief struck out 2, walked 3, gave up 3 hits. There was 1 error, stranded 2, and gave up 5 runs. Final score 11-1. The winning pitcher was Benaiah Andrews. As I said, he struck out 5, 1 walk, 1 hit, and 2 hit batters. They stranded 3 and 1 run. We'll take a quick final break. We'll be back. Name our Snappy Tomato Pizza player of the game and head for OU. But first this, here on Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components and C103.
McCarty Associates is an architecture, engineering, and surveying firm serving Southern Ohio for more than 60 years. McCarty Associates is a broad-based consulting firm providing services to governmental agencies, public bodies, corporate and business entities, and the general public. They also offer construction management for clients that require a higher level of assistance. If there's a construction project in your future, McCarty Associates can take your vision and help make it reality. Visit McCartyAssociates.com for a complete list of their services.
May is Military Appreciation Month. Chevrolet and Jerry Higg Motors salutes all active duty members and veterans. Purchase a new 25 Chevrolet and receive $750 on top of all other offers. Purchase a select 25 Silverado, 0.9% APR for 60 months for well-qualified buyers. Average finance savings is $6,681 plus $3,500 total cash allowance when you trade an eligible vehicle. Offer good through June 2nd. Stop in at Jerry Higg Motors in Hillsborough today.
It only takes one missing tooth to ruin your smile, and multiple missing teeth can make things like eating difficult. Dr. Pamela Potty and the team at West Union Family Dental can renew your smile with dental implants. These permanent replacement teeth are more stable, plus they look, feel, and act more like your natural teeth. Learn more about dental implants at West Union Family Dental. New patients are welcome, and most major insurance accepted. Call 937-544-3239 or visit westunionfamilydental.com.
Is your teen ready to hit the road? The Driving Authority is Southern Ohio's trusted choice for driver's education, serving Highland, Brown, Adams, Clinton, Fayette, Ross, and Pike counties. Opened in 2023, the Driving Authority is a local small business offering flexible scheduling to meet all mandatory driving requirements for new drivers. Visit thedrivingauthority.com to get started today. The Driving Authority, where confidence meets the road.
To not only the baseball, but to the society at Fairfield. Fairfield Lions, sports a big thing, but of course only a part of what goes on. And 5 good young gentlemen that represent their school well and will continue to do so even after graduation. Again, Zane Matthews, Corey Zimmerman, Corbin Willie, Blaine Fauber, and Otis Cockrell, our Snappy Tomato Pizza players of the game. Final score 11-1. South Webster moves on, and Fairfield bows out. Now we will move, don't forget, at about 6:30. It'll be Manchester taking on Huntington from South Point High School. Ken Smith will bring you that on 99.5 The Edge and Good Guys Radio TV. And I will move now, and we will move, I should say. We'll move on to Ohio University. And tonight at 7 p.m. it'll be Lynchburg Clay taking on Portsmouth on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV. Please stay tuned and listen to both of those and watch both of them if you can as well. But once again, the final score hit 11-1. South Webster moves on. Our Snappy Tomato Pizza players of the game: Otis Cockrell, Blaine Fauber, Corbin Willie, Corey Zimmerman, and Zane Matthews. For Skylar Stapleton, Brandon Rigdon, and Sarah Rigdon, I'm Don Bowles, wishing you a very pleasant good afternoon here on Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components and C103.
Thank you for tuning in. Rewatch this video and many more on demand at goodguysradiotv.com.